This is from the greatest sunnahs of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So my dear brothers, a lot of these issues, they're from shaitan. A lot of these issues are from shaitan. In fact, they might entirely be from shaitan. What shaitan does is that something is very, very small. It is a very small thing, but he whispers into the mind of a person that, how could he say this to you? How could he disrespect you like this? How could he say this to you? How could he act like this? And he goes to the other person and shaitan whispers to them that, look at how this person ignored you. Look at what he has done. He gives these small pricks of thought into each person's mind. What ends up happening is something is very, very small. It explodes into something huge. And over a very small thing, you see families disintegrating. You see ties of brotherhood breaking apart. You see ties of families breaking apart. Husbands and wives, they start to have issues with each other because of a small issue. You see friends that were friends for many years. They were friends since childhood. And then after many years, some small dispute happened, and then because of that, they've left their ways and left the ties of friendship. But in reality, a person should do takathur. They should come closer and make more and more friends as they can. The ulama, they say that maintaining friendship and increasing in friends is a great thing a Muslim should do. Because if you have more friends, you have greater company that you can engage yourself in. And if you have more friends, when you pass away, you have more people to pray your janazah and more people to make istighfar for you. It is a very important thing in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so shaitan comes and puts these small ways of breaking us apart. So do not let shaitan change the reality of the matter. Don't let him deceive you. One of the ways that he deceives you is he makes you think of things greater than they are. He makes you overestimate certain things or make them think more harmful than they actually are. But that is a deception from shaitan. Always remember that if things do happen, return back to the brother, make istighfar, and say that, look, something has happened. I don't want this to ruin our relationship further. Let the past be the past. Let the past be the past. We won't come and speak about the past any longer. I forgive you for the sake of Allah Ta'ala, you forgive me for the sake of Allah Ta'ala. Let's continue with our relationship, our mahabba, our friendship. On the day of Eid, let's mend this broken relationship of ours. From the hadith of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is that if a person wants to increase his rizq, and they want to increase his lifespan, how does a person do that? They maintain ties of kinship. They maintain ties between their families. If a family member has cut them off, they go back and they reconnect with that person. That is how they increase their lifespan and they increase in their rizq. A man asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said to him, Ya Rasulullah, what is an action that will enter me into Jannah? How do I enter into Jannah? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to him that you will enter Jannah if you do this thing. If you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without ascribing any partners. If you worship Allah without any partners. If you establish the salah. If you give zakah. And if you bridge the ties of kinship, you enter into Jannah. So my dear brothers, maintaining the ties of kinship, they should be an important part of our Eid. So spending time with family, spending time with friends. I know there is a sentiment, there is a feeling sometimes Muslims have, is that they think that spending time with their family and friends is something that is, not required in deen. They think it is from the parts of dunya, that we shouldn't go near them. It is an attraction of the dunya. But in reality, if something was done by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and was done in the best of ways and was done in a way that made every single person that was involved a stronger Muslim, a stronger mu'min, then we should all strive to become like that example. And the fact that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did it is enough of example of how important maintaining ties of kinship and maintaining brotherhood and friendship is. One other thing is that we need to spread mahabba between each other. Spreading love between the Muslims. It's a very important thing on the day of Eid. On the day of Eid, not only do we have to appear happy, which is of the biggest sunnahs of Eid, a person must go beyond happy and spread mahabba with each other. A very good example of this is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said that, how do people spread love with each other? They spread love with each other when they give salam to each other. And it's a very important thing that we might have forgotten sometimes. These days, there is this culture that we have. We say only salam to the people that we recognize. We say only salam to the people that we know. But in reality, the quality of the Muslim is bigger than that. The Muslim thinks bigger than that. What does he do? He says salam to the people he knows. Even the Muslims he doesn't know, he goes ahead and he says salam to them. Where are you from? How are you? He tries to make some sort of connection with them. So we're not people that we don't live in a isolated bubble. We try and maintain our relationship with all people around us. Sending salam to the people that we know. Sending salam to the people that we also don't know. On Qiyamah, it is said that from the 7 qualities, the 7 types of people that will be shaded in the shade of Allah Ta'ala on Yawm al-Qiyamah, you have these, and these 7 people have such a high maqam on Yawm al-Qiyamah that on Yawm al-Qiyamah it is said that there is no shade on that day. There is no shade on Yawm al-Qiyamah except the shade that is provided by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And only 7 types of people are allowed to enter into that shade. And from the 7 people you have huge, high levels of people. You have one person that used to cry alone from the fear